nitrogen or carbon. Then you form the oxide, nitrides, and carbide of that metal. So these oxides, nitrides, and carbides are examples of ceramic materials. They are very hard, very brittle. They are not conductors, but they are insulators. They just cannot conduct electricity. Okay, examples of ceramic material can be porcelain, glass, all these kind of things. Okay, so what are ceramics? 我们把它叫什么材料啊？陶瓷材料。Okay. Now, number 4, polymers. What are these? What are polymers? See, polymer. This word is very interesting. We have poly, means what? Many, right? And what is mer? Means one unit. One unit is one MER. Okay, polymers means many units connected together. Okay, so polymers are bounded by covalent forces and also by very weak van der Waals forces, and usually based on carbon and hydrogen. So you know what are polymers, right? 我们看这什么？咱们聚合物，对啊，咱们高分子材料。Okay, so they can decompose at some temperatures. For example, in between very low temperature, in between 100 and 400 degrees Celsius. Okay, they can just decompose and are very light as compared to ceramic, compared to semiconductor, compared to metals. Polymeric materials are very light in weight. Okay, for example, plastics and rubbers are polymers. Okay. Now the last type of material we're going to talk about based on this kind of a classification is what we call the composites. Okay, or composite materials. What are these? Composite material, or in a short term, composites. Okay, materials that are comprised of various parts. Okay, or physical mixture of 2 or more materials. If you try to mix 2 or more materials together, one material being the matrix and the other material being the reinforcement, then this material is kind of a composite material. Okay, now when I talk about composite material, okay, we do have a mixture of at least 2 materials. One material is what we call the matrix material, and the other material is what we call the reinforcement of the material. Why do we want to add reinforcement to the matrix material to make a composite material? Because we are not very satisfied with the performance of this matrix material. We want to make this stronger or at least perform better in the application. Therefore, we add this reinforcement material to the matrix to make a composite material. 我们把它叫做什么材料啊？复合材料。好，如果你想简称 composite material， 太长了啊。 可以加一个 s， 叫 composites， 就指的是 composite material. Okay. So based on this kind of a classification, we can see that exactly the same material you can make, or for same purpose, you will have to use different materials. Okay. Now here we have a lot of Coke containers. Right? Now this contains like 2 liters Coke. Now here is a glass bottle. Here we have 355 milliliter Coke cans. Then we have different colors of Coke cans. So exactly the same function. They want to just hold Coke. But why do they make it into metal, ceramic, or polymer materials? because each type of material will have different service capability. Okay, by using this kind of aluminum can, they are very convenient for refrigerator storage. It's very easy for people to carry. Now, if you make this kind of a Coke bottle as a ceramic material in glass form, okay, it's going to look much nicer than this one, right? But here, a plastic bottle, it contains a lot more Coke as compared to this Coke cans. Okay, it's going to be a very good container if you have a lot of people coming to your party. So different material will serve different function, even though they are the only purpose to serve as a Coke container. Okay? So here are some pictures for different materials like metals. Here we have pressed aluminum in different household applications, and also some of the steel parts. And ceramics, we have ceramic material ranging from household to high performance combustion engines. So this kind of a combustion engines in your car use both metals and ceramics. Okay. Now here we have some examples of plastics and rubber. These are examples as polymeric material. So the development of polymeric material in today's material science world is very, very fast. Okay. Now because people seems to have already reached the limitation of developing metal materials, so people are trying to develop more polymeric materials to replace metals, because these materials do have a lot of advantages. Okay, because they are lightweighted, they are cheap, they are easy to fabricate. Okay, so here's some examples of polymers. Now, here we do have some examples of composite materials. Now, composite material is a very hot area, because by adding different what? Here are fibers. 我说 fiber 大家听懂？纤维，对吧？ By adding fibers as your reinforcement, different volume fraction, different percentage, you'll be able to tailor the property of your matrix material. 如果你加入的强化项的百分比不一样，或者加入的方法不一样，你可以任意的改变你的基体材料的性能。实际上，这就是我们做复合材料的这个灵活性。For example, what is this? This is your club to play golf, right? Now, this golf club is a composite material. It has reinforcement fibers as carbon into the metal matrix. Okay, so it provides the player with strength and also ductility of the golf club. Also for semiconductors. These are semiconductors are a category of advanced materials. So you can look at this. This figure shows you the microelectrical mechanical system. Now this is the famous MEMS. Probably most people have seen this word MEMS, but without knowing what it exactly means. Okay, so microelectrical mechanical system. Okay, it is based on semiconductor materials, primarily silicon. Okay, what else? Also, these are silicon wafer for computer chip devices. When you try to make a chip, what is a chip? 薯片、薯条，就知道这个。What is the meaning in computer science? What is the meaning in electronic fabrication? 芯片, very good. But 芯片, what is the chip based on? The chip material is starting with silicon wafer. Okay, so it started with silicon wafer. 所有的芯片最基本的一道工序都是从硅晶圆的制作开始的。Okay, so this silicon is a